some news concerning the Deshaun Watson civil suits that are against him. And let's take a look at this. So this is from Yahoo. The attorney representing the women suing Deshaun Watson appears to have a new legal strategy, and that is to use the fact that Watson no longer lives in Texas as a way to pressuring him into settling. They haven't said the strategy out loud, but as you go through and take a look at it, some of the points that Tony Busby filed a notice of his intention to question Watson 5 different days in early May. Watson has objected because of his preparations. Rusty Hardin, who is his attorney, said that you can't do that unilaterally without notifying the guy that you want to question. And so Watson offered multiple dates. The other thing is, the crux of it is gets there. Busby knows well what he's doing. He's trying to exert even more pressure on Watson to make the process as big of a pain as possible and make it much more easier in his mind to have Watson settle to alleviate the pressure. It's going on and on and on. With that, let's welcome in G. Bush. He's the host of the Barbershop 92.3 The Fan, Saturdays from 8 until noon. And G. Bush, when you look at that, again, you just have to let it play out. But it seems to be getting more and more likely like there's no resolution to this in the near term.
Oh, no. This is a 2 to 3 year type joint right here. This ain't no just, we'll just go ahead and plea bargain down and maybe we can get this over with during the season. I think Deshaun Watson's camp has made it very clear that we're not settling. Deshaun Watson is steadfast on the fact that he says he's done nothing wrong. He also has, I guess, the energy and the backing of 2 different, district jurors or whatever the case may be, that says, hey, we don't think there's enough to bring any sort of criminal activity here. So, when you don't have anything criminally, that's the most pressing thing for a lot of people. You ask yourself, am I going to jail? Do I have a possibility of touching down in jail? And if not, okay, well, I can deal with the civil stuff on the back end. Now, it's a good strategy by the lawyer of the 22 accusers because he wants to put that maximum pressure on Deshaun Watson. He wants to say, hey, look, if you go ahead and just cut the check, get this all behind you, you can go on with your life. The plaintiffs can go on with their life, and we can just have this thing all behind us, and we can go on like nothing ever happened. But when anybody has an accusation is serious as sexual misconduct, rape, or those type of things, no one. I don't blame Deshaun Watson if he feels he's innocent. I'm not gonna plea bargain down to something like that, and it's gonna stick with me forever. And I'm gonna say that I had to settle out of court. So for me, I think this was something that was always gonna happen. I don't think anything's gonna happen this year. And the judge in the case will probably make them get together and say, look, hey, this is part of discovery. If you want to, interview him, Deshaun Watson probably gave him a list of dates in between the mini camps, in between summer camp when camp starts. That I could fly down there. You could depose me forever, how long you want to depose me. But the goal of this whole theater thing is to continue to put pressure on Deshaun Watson and to keep some of this in the public eye, because civil suits are about, the spectacle. It's about, hey, we need to keep the public sentiment on our side, at least in the news, so we can know that people are behind us. And there's a lot of people that are on the accuser sides in terms of believing them and what the misconduct is. So this is just, basically what the lawyer was going to do. But I don't think anything will come of it. I think you won't see anything till next year, maybe 2 years down the line. And
Vegas odds have the Browns keep going closer and closer. The odds are better as far as them winning the Super Bowl, and especially the last 3 days, it's gone from plus 2,000 to plus 1,400. So the Browns now the 3rd most likely in the AFC to be in the Super Bowl. And again, I think that's an indication. Vegas is saying Deshaun Watson's going to be the quarterback for most, if not all, of the games.
Yeah, I don't understand. I've always been on the side of I've never quite understood how people came to the conclusion that it was an automatic suspension. To me, it was always been like, hey, if I'm Garrett Bush and I go to my job and they say, Garrett Bush, you stole a computer. I say, I ain't steal no computer. Then we go to court and the grand jury says, no, he didn't steal a computer. He's good. So I go back to work and show up to work and I say, all right, I'm ready to clock in. And my boss says, not so fast. We're going to have to suspend you without pay for 2 weeks. And I say, for what? Well, you stole that computer, remember? I said, no. Someone said I stole the computer, but I went to court and the computer, they said I didn't steal it. There's video evidence of that. So one of those things that I look at all the time is I always tell myself, I say, when you're looking at it and you're looking at the situation, is this. You got to understand that you got to have some sort of proof. And I think that it's going to be very difficult to put a suspension on Deshaun Watson in a situation when he doesn't have any charges against him. And so, it's up to someone to put that out and have a burden of proof on that. So I think he's going to wait it out. And I don't think there'll be a lengthy suspension this year like many people think.